In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine with a gift so rare. She can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars.
Major
she
news
sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracey after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if
Hey everybody, we're officially
guidance, look no further than her door. Tracey Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracey Brown live the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracey after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracey Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracey Brown live the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracey Brown live the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.
Hi. Hey everyone, how are you doing today? We are here to talk about the tariffs that's being placed on other countries. Now, I may not understand tariffs. That's an ignorant spot of me. But what I can tell you is that if I want to buy something from Shein that could cost $35, Shein will now charge me $95 because there's a $55 tariff on goods and services. And I think Shein comes from China, so I think that's the 10% or something like that. I guess the question becomes, why? Why do I need a tariff if I want to buy some cheap clothes from Shein? I don't get it. Okay. I guess I'm not supposed to get it. I guess I'm not supposed to have goods and services. I guess that everything that Clinton gave to China, we now have to pay for it double. Maybe Clinton shouldn't have given America to China in the first place. We all keep forgetting where this started. However, right now we have someone in place who, does anybody know why he's putting on the tariffs? I'm so confused. I know I'm the psychic here, but the human in me is so freaking confused. What's happening, people? What is happening? Okay, let me get rid of you. I don't know why you're here. And who are you? Okay, good. Okay. I don't know what's happening, but I'm going to play some videos and then I'll do a reading and I'll try and figure out how safe America is going to be. Okay. She's my favorite right now.
Around and finding out, let me tell you. There's plenty that still have not grasped what a tariff is, but the ones that have are trying to justify it by saying, we're just gonna buy shit made in America now. But we're not. We don't have every raw material in the world to make the stuff that we use today. And we don't have the climate to make every single food that we eat on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Trump doesn't even use America to make his merch. We do have a couple people, though, that are regretting voting for Trump, and I'm going to share a couple of their comments that I've seen because it took you this long. It took the price of your groceries for you to regret voting for him. Whatever works, but let me just show you. Trump promised lower prices. What happened? My whole church was relying on President Trump to lower prices. He lied to us. What kind of Christian lies like this? A man that's not a Christian. What the fuck? I wish I never voted for Trump. I wish you never did either, bitch. What the fuck?
Oh my God. The younger generation, they are my favorite. The younger generation, keep it up. I fully support you. Oh my God, you are so funny. So let me tell you, what did she say? She said something. Let me watch it again. She was so funny.
Trump released his tariffs and MAGA is fucking around and finding out, let me tell you. There's plenty that still have not grasped what a tariff is, but the ones that have are trying to justify it by saying, we're just gonna buy shit made in America now. But we're not. We don't have every raw material in the world to make the stuff that we use today. And we don't have the climate to make every single food that we eat on a regular basis. Trump doesn't even use America to make his merch. We do have a couple people, though, that are regretting voting for Trump, and I'm going to share a couple of their comments that I've seen because it took you this long. It took the price of your groceries for you to regret voting for him. Whatever works, but let me just show you. Trump promised lower prices. What happened? My whole church was relying on President Trump to lower prices. He lied to us. What kind of Christian lies like this? A man that's not a Christian. What the fuck? I wish I never voted for Trump. I wish you never did either, bitch. What the fuck?
Oh my God. I love her. Okay, that's what I was going to tell you. Hold on. I got to get this wetness off my fingers from my cup. That's what I was going to tell you. What I was going to tell you is I was in Atlanta. I was in the Publix. And I was being checked out. And this person says to me, I don't know how we got on the topic. My God, he hadn't been president yet. The day did not come. And he goes, I can't wait for him to get in. And I said, why? And he goes, because the gas is going to go down. And I said, what? And he goes, he's going to put the gas down to $1.69, something like that. And I said, oh, I said, how much is it now? And he goes, $3.30 or something crazy. And I said, I got mad at him. And I was like, are you kidding me? Your only goal is to get the gas down? Do you realize what he's going to do to this country? And then I realized that although I was in Atlanta, I was still in a very mega state. And I thought, oh, they just going to FA and FO. Like, let me shut my black ass on down, take my groceries, and get out because folks about to get some FAFO inside of them. So I was going to argue, and I thought, yeah, I don't want to. I didn't even know this man was doing the crap that he's doing. I just knew the psyche in me was like, y'all about to FAFO. And look, they FAFO and all right. Let me say hi to my peeps. Hi, Colton. Hi, Miss Lanise. Hi, how are you? And welcome, welcome, welcome. So listen to me very carefully. If you want a reading with me, come get a reading with me, 213-458-7408. If you have any concerns about tariffs and all this stuff, like, call me. Let me calm you down. Let's talk about it. Talking makes a big difference. And then what we will do is laugh in the end. We will have a good laugh, and you will, like everybody else, you will survive this. I promise you. Because you have to. We survived COVID. We can survive this. Okay. Also, subscribe because this is daily Trump updates. Okay. I mean, everything he's doing, we are confused about. And so at least psychically, we can kind of tap in and like just get through day by day. All right. Hi, Noel. Look, Noel, I just want to apologize to you directly and in person. I did text Noel and I was like, I'm not really sure why I yelled at you. And I didn't want to go back to the video to figure it out, Noel. But I can only attribute my attitude, my bad attitude, to the man in office. And I had to recognize that I've already started to allow him to make me crazy. And I vowed not to do that, right? At this stage of the game, we all about to FAFO. And I'm going to keep my mental health intact, just like I did during COVID. And there's so many things that I don't understand. There's so many things that you don't understand. Not you, Noah, you, everyone. And I have to be patient, and I have to be mindful, and I have to be caring, and I have to figure out that we just need to do this together. Okay? So, Noah, let me apologize. I don't know what the topic was, but I just think I got overwhelmed. And I don't need to get overwhelmed. I'm not the educator. I'm not the smart one. I'm the psychic. And I like being a psychic. Like, y'all see me. I'm not trying to be smart. So I have to be mindful. There was something I was doing that equated to somebody else. It just, I had it in my head, almost on my tongue, and then it went back in my head. But I've decided, Noel, that I'm not in charge of this shit. I'm not in charge. I'm navigating this experience the way everyone else is navigating this experience, the way you're navigating this experience, and it's confusing. And I just want to say I'm sorry. Publicly, we had already, Norop and I had already text exchanged, and then he was like, I wasn't even sure what happened. Why you yelled at me? I was like, I don't know. But the good part about spirituality is that you can autocorrect yourself, right? That's the good part, where you kind of go over events and you're like, oh, I think I made a mistake there. Let me talk to the person. So thank you for your kind words. Let's begin again. Period. I said the same thing. Miss Lenise, wait. Miss Lenise is like, I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone. Miss Lenise, you are. You're in a Twilight Zone. Does anybody remember that episode where everybody was getting on a plane because the planet that they were in was about to implode? And so this whole family is, get your things. And they wind up on the plane. And the little kid goes, Dad, where are we going? And the dad goes, Earth, son, Earth. Where's that plane? Where is that plane? Because this is not good. All right. I just wish, he wants to open up the MLK files and the Malcolm X files because he wants to show that they had affairs. No. When he opens them up and you hear MLK moaning, the CIA set him up. The CIA took him out. The CIA had Malcolm and MLK going against each other. And then they started to smarten up. And right after that Vietnam speech, MLK was about to meet up with Malcolm X. And the CIA, FBI was like, that ain't happening. So when the guy that's in charge releases those tapes, not a black person better say nothing. Zip it. Because it was a setup. Do you know that they took photos and slipped it under the front door of his wife? There's no guarantee this man was not drugged. So when so-and-so gets to release it, what is he releasing? So you don't look at him bad? What's happening? All right, I'm off topic. Right. Hi, ES. Good afternoon. So I'm going to play this little girl one more time because she's just my favorite out of all these videos. I got a lot of these videos, but I really don't know. I don't know what tariffs are. I think I do. I only know it through Shein. And apparently, if I buy $30, $40 worth of Shein, they tack on $55. That's all I know. So I cancel the damn order. But listen to her. She's really funny. I really like her.
Trump released his tariffs and MAGA is fucking around and finding out, let me tell you. There's plenty that still have not grasped what a tariff is, but the ones that have are trying to justify it by saying, we're just gonna buy shit made in America now. But we're not. We don't have every raw material in the world to make the stuff that we use today. And we don't have the climate to make every single food that we eat on a regular basis. Trump doesn't even use America to make his merch.
That part.
We do have a couple people, though, that are regretting voting for Trump, and I'm going to share a couple of their comments that I've seen because it took you this long. It took the price of your groceries for you to regret voting for him. Whatever works, but let me just show you. Trump promised lower prices. What happened? My whole church was relying on President Trump to lower prices. He lied to us. What kind of Christian lies like this? A man that's not a Christian. What the fuck? I wish I never voted for Trump. I wish you never did either, bitch. What the fuck?
I can't help it. She cracks me up. She cracks me up. All right, let me play another one. Let me take you down, sweetie.
Tariff on Mexico and Canada, along with a 10% tariff on China. We have heard from Canada that they now are implementing a 25% retaliatory tariff, and Mexico is likely to do the same. Let's remember here that the United States imports oil from Mexico and Canada. Those are our two countries in which we import the most oil from, which are now going to be subjected to a 25% tariff. This is going to have a huge impact on the price of oil and the amount that you pay at the pump.
Yep.
And also, these tariffs, Donald Trump says, is in response to Mexico's bringing fentanyl over and blah, blah, blah. No. These tariffs are to give the billionaires, our billionaires, a tax cut. That's all it is. That's all it is. He has to bring the money in to fund Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid, the necessities, but he can't do it when you're making our wealthiest individuals pay nothing in tax. Where do you think that money comes from? It comes from the billionaires paying their fair share. And so now we've got Donald Trump in there, a billionaire, who is now telling his billionaire buddies, hey, you don't have to pay tax anymore. Instead, we're going to make the individual consumers pay the tax through tariffs. And so when we import those goods, whatever it may be, whether it be clothes, whether it be materials, whether it be wood, whether it be oil, we all now pay 25% more if it's coming from Canada or Mexico. And so we, the everyday shoppers and consumers, are paying for the billionaires to not pay tax anymore. We still pay our tax, and we pay more for the cost of goods now. And the billionaires pay no tax. And the billionaires could care less what the cost of the goods cost. So Donald Trump wins, the billionaires win, and the other 99.9% of the country loses. Now, this also hurts Canada and it hurts Mexico, though, because now we're in a trade war. And so this could be considered an act of war. We're going to see how Congress reacts to it. This could be something that he's impeached over. And if we do end up going to war over this, I stand with Canada. I stand with Mexico.
Yes.
And hell, I even stand with China. Fuck Donald Trump.
I did not know the way that ended. That is the best. I have not watched these videos. Oh my God. So here's what he's saying. If I have to pay $55 on a 10%, where's my phone? On a 10% piece of clothing that's made poorly and cheap and made out of polyester, which is plastic. If we get our oil from Mexico, so let's say we get, this is an unreasonable number. It's much higher than this, but let's say we pay $500,000 in oil, right? Let's say it's from Mexico. But actually, Canada does feed the other red states, which is like Utah, whatever is at the border right there, right? Okay. I don't know what Mexico feeds in terms of electricity. We're talking about electricity. Times 25% equals an additional $125,000. That means if we want electricity at 500, let's say 500,000 a day, then Their 25% tax on us is $125,000. That's on our oil, right? But let's say they get something from us. Let's say they get, what's a good thing that Mexico could get from us? Corn? Or do we get corn from them? I can't think of it. Hold on a second. Let's just do this the right way. What do we export to Mexico? Oh, we do give them petroleum, though. All right. Oh, they do corn. What? The United exports many products to Mexico, including grains, meat, dairy, processed foods. Oh, uh, industry, machinery. That's really important. My hands are bothering me. All right. Let me just change this. What does Mexico export to the USA? Oh, primarily vehicles from Mexico, auto parts, electrical machinery, computers. So no more new cars, guys. Just stop. You can't buy $80,000 cars anymore. Stop. Full stop. Keep your cars. Keep your used cars. 5 major exports in Mexico, plus electricity. Machinery, transport, equipment, steel, electrical equipment, chemicals. Food products, a lot of food products, and petroleum products. About 4/5 of Mexico's petroleum is exported to the United States, which relies heavily on Mexico as one of its principal sources of oil. So we get our wood from Mexico, right? Natural gas, electricity, and wood. So we get our wood from Mexico. So no more houses being built, people, because the construction companies will have to pay for that. They have to pay 25%. They have to order it and then pay an additional 25%. So houses won't be built. No more fruits and vegetables. Can't happen. But I'm kind of okay with that, to be honest with you, because, okay, listen to me. I'm kind of okay with that because the fruit that comes from Mexico, they pick it too fast anyway. It's not as fresh as you think it is. And so, and then they spray it with chemicals because our FDA doesn't care. So that actually might turn out to be good. A lot of you might wind up losing weight by not eating the fruits and vegetables. That actually might actually be a good thing. Get used to not eating fruits and vegetables. Oh, coffee. Coffee. Ay, Dios mío. No more coffee? So a lot of you are going to have panic attacks because you're going to be like, because you can't afford your $7 cup of coffee anymore. And you all are going back to work, aren't you? You all have to face the music, right? You all can't, or at least federal workers, y'all can't stay home anymore and not get your coffee. So Starbucks is going to cost like $10. I think what would bother me the most is vegetables. All right. Oh my God. We give Mexico $549 billion in exports. Uh, exports. Exports. They export to us. Damn. Billion. Okay. I don't know how to do math. Hold on a second. 549 billion. And this is 2024, so it's gone up. But I don't know how to do math. I don't know how to do billions. I don't even think my iPhone goes to billions. But let's see. 549 0 0 0 0 0 0. I did it. I think so. Is this 549 billion? I don't know math. Times 25% equals $137 million is taxed on to anything that comes from Mexico. So 549 billion plus an additional 137 million. I think I got it wrong. It's off the charts. It's off the charts. I don't know what it is. That's going to be so hard. I love me a green. No, Teresa. No, you cannot have green juice anymore. You're going to have to make green juice with Brussels sprouts or something. You better start growing something in your backyard. You want green juice. Oh, poor. Oh, I'll never get my. Now you are getting green juice. Oh, my God. That's a good point. This is about making the lower, upper class, middle class, and poor class as poor as possible. Yep. They want us like India, super rich and super poor. Yep. I don't understand how corporations can support this. New housing will be entirely unaffordable. There won't be any houses built. Unaffordable. They can't get the material. There's not a construction company found that can actually pay these tariffs. New construction, particularly new construction. Oh, new construction, particularly new construction, is going to sit there. And then don't do any renovations. Don't do it. Oh, by the way, there won't be any loans from the banks. Home improvement loans, not happening. The banks already know. The banks do this for a living. They know what's coming. No new loans for home improvement. Oh, yes, it could come from Canada. There's something about Mexico and Canada. So I didn't check what Canada gives us, but apparently Mexico gives us a lot of lumber too. Oh, this is amazing. Can anybody tell me? Oh, wait, what does, oh, this is just terrible. What does 549 billion look like in numbers? Damn. All right. What does 549, wait, oh my God. Even Google can't answer the damn question. All right. What does 549, let me write it out, billion times 25% percent, 25% look like? No, I said billion. Why do they want to reduce me to millions? There's no such thing as 549 billion. Oh my God. I'm too ignorant for this stuff. I'm just going to be eating grass, catnip. I don't know what to tell you. All right. What's your comment? Notice these tariffs only after fires in California. Yeah. Yeah, I did notice. All right. Next video.
Occurring. Now, here is what is happening, and here are a few things that you might not currently know about the tariffs and how it will affect you. Number one, there is a 10% tariff that has been added to all products coming out of China. For Mexico and for Canada, there are 25% wholesale tariffs that are being placed on both countries. But for Canada, there is a 10% tariff that is being placed on their energy. It seems that Trump is recognizing that a 25% tariff on energy from Canada might affect Americans a little bit more on a bargain for. How does that affect you? The very real possibility of our grocery bills going up is something that you should start budgeting for now. For every $100 that you have in your grocery bill, add an additional $25 to that budget, and that should get you through the season that is to come. Metaphorically, the roller coaster has gotten to the very top of the ride. The point of conversation is done. The discussions are over. The tariffs are happening. We are about to go down the hill, and we better hope that this track is fully thought out. What's best for you and for me to do during this time is to strap in, take care of the people that are in your community. If you see somebody struggling and you have the means to help them, don't hesitate. Make sure you're checking up with your local charities, your local food banks. If you have a little bit of extra to give, look out for the people that are in your local communities.
We're actually going to get to the point of community care, and that has nothing to do with charities and stuff like that. That's going to make sure that if you're making, like I'm making coleslaw, and I'm going to ask if anybody wants coleslaw. I could eat it all by myself. I have no problems with that. Thick dive saves lives. But it is what it is. So I am going to share my food, right? Oh, I don't know, sweetie. Just 40 minutes. Hi, Miss Sheena. Hi, Juanita. See, Miss Lenitz knows. Remember, Obama gave him $1 trillion over in the black. When he left us $1 trillion in the red. Okay. So with all that being said, it's going to be important to check on your neighbors. You know, I know a lot of people have problems with family, which is unfortunate. But I do know a lot of mamas and daddies are crazy. Some family members are just not safe to be around. I hear you, and I respect all of that. So sometimes we can't go back to family, but we can care about the old lady next door. My neighbor right here constantly gives me canned salmon. I don't even know why, but every time he gives it to me, I just go, thank you. And then I just leave it up in the corner because I knew famine was coming. So I just leave it. I can eat salmon out the can. You're going to have to learn to eat salmon out the can. There's so many times when we don't have electricity here. Oh, you're going to learn that in a minute. And sometimes it's on a Sunday and it's dinner time and electricity's still not back on, right? And I'm just hungry. I'll open up the can of salmon that my neighbor constantly gives me. He gives me that, and he gives me Chef Boyardee SpaghettiOs with meatballs. I just take it. It always comes in handy when the electricity goes out. You're going to understand what I'm talking about. And then I open up the salmon, and I just eat straight. I don't even put it straight out the can because I like it that way. You're going to learn it. You're going to have this experience in a minute. Okay. I'm paving the way. I'm paving the way. So I can teach you anything about not having electricity. Okay. I'm sorry. No, I'm really sorry. Y'all are not used to this. Y'all are not used to this. Oh my God. Canned foods, everyone. And I know canned foods are high in sodium, but there's this black company, The Goods or something goody or something like that. They make a much better. Try like look at the back, look at the sodium level, and just get some canned foods just so you can have something in the cupboard, shall. Oh my God, it's so scary. All right, next one.
Primarily target red states. This is according to the New York Times, who says the following, quote, Canada's goal is maximum political pain for red states. Officials say they specifically want to focus on goods made in Republican or swing states where the pain of tariffs would affect Donald Trump's allies, end quote. So this is from a January 17th report in which Canada outlined a three-part plan that they had prepared should Donald Trump impose tariffs on them. But now that Donald Trump has tariffed them, here are some of the tariffs that we will likely see from Canada against America. Quote, orange juice from Florida, whiskey from Tennessee, peanut butter from Kentucky. Those are red states. Don't get me wrong, they have tariffs that will impact all Americans, but I do think it is quite the self-owned that the states who voted for Donald Trump will likely face the steepest consequences and pay the highest price thanks to the tariffs that the guy who they elected just imposed. That's what we call karma.
Oh, your little babies, they can't have peanut butter anymore. Oh no, your little alpha babies are going to get any peanut butter. Buy peanut butter right now. Stock up on peanut butter. By the way, stock up on every damn thing. Oh, water. Water. You got to have at least 6 cases per person. I know that sounds extreme. Have it available. Look at the expiration date. Water. Also, I hate to say this because you guys don't understand this. Coconut water. Price. If you can afford water right now, get water. Okay? Don't worry about canned foods right now. Get water. Okay. 6 cases per family. All right. Are you guys okay over there? Let me just make sure you guys are still here. Oh shit, I can't. Cancel. Let me make sure you guys, let me know you're still on, because sometimes the computer acts a little weird. What's a good movie to watch? Oh, somebody told me Paradise. Do you guys know the movie, the series Paradise? Somebody told me. Still here. Okay. Has anybody seen the movie Paradise? No, the series, a series. They said I would like it. So yeah, okay. Has anybody seen the movie Paradise? Okay. Paradise. Do you know it, Miss Lenise? Let me see. Okay. Netflix. Oh, it's on Netflix. Oh, yes, it's so good. Okay. Should I watch it tonight? Because I don't get Bravo on Sundays. I get delayed Bravo and Peacock. Okay, next one, guys.
Donald Trump has officially signed his price increase by officially implementing his 25% tariffs against our allies, Canada and Mexico, and he also applied an additional 10% tariff on China. So let's talk about this more and what it's going to mean. So we are officially in a massive trade war with our biggest trading partners, and we could expect them now, our allies, Canada and Mexico, and China, to now retaliate against the United States with tariffs of their own. A reminder that tariffs are taxes on imports. So, for example, when the US applies a 25% tariff to Canada, what they're doing is they are increasing the cost of American businesses to buy Canadian goods by 25%, a cost that then gets passed on to the consumer. That's why tariffs are viewed as a tax on American consumers. The idea is that if you tariff a product enough from another country, it makes it so inconvenient and expensive for an American to buy that product that instead they will look to an American company, or American companies will come in and fill the void with products of their own made here in the United States. So I want to be clear right away that the whole point of tariffs, even though Donald Trump denies it, is to raise prices on goods to make them untenable for American consumers to buy. Here's the official fact sheet released by the White House about the tariffs that are being imposed on imports from Canada, Mexico, and China. And in this fact sheet, first off, it's full of lies, not facts. And it also positions Canada as if it is some sort of narco state, as if the US is being overloaded with drugs from Canada and Mexico. This is just really not true. The US receives about 9,600 kilograms of fentanyl from Mexico each year, and only about 20 kilograms of fentanyl from Canada each year. Meanwhile, the US is causing problems all across the world, including in Mexico, with the export of arms, weapons to Mexico. Not to mention that the import of any drugs is due to American demand. Not only that, but Trump claims that we are in a $200 billion trade deficit with Canada. That also is just flat out untrue. A trade deficit means that we are importing more goods from Canada than we are exporting. But when you look at the numbers, it's nowhere near what Donald Trump says at all. Actually has a trade surplus with Canada. So this quote-unquote fact sheet that the White House just put out is not only false, it is so incredibly offensive to our allies. And when you realize that the only reason we have a deficit with Canada here is because we get so much oil and gas from Canada, it kind of gives away the game with what Trump did here as total BS, because there's a little bit of fine print in these tariffs where Trump only applied a 10% tariff to Canada on oil and gas, on energy. If this was really the issue, and this is the issue here with the trade deficit that Donald Trump claims to be mad about, then wouldn't you want to do the same level of tariffs on those goods? So expect these countries to strike back, expect more market instability. In fact, we are already seeing that right now. You can see that the Dow Jones futures are already plummeting down at 355 points today alone. And the reality is this is going to be a nightmare for the American consumer. It's just bad all around. It's bad business. It's bad governing. It's more lies to the American people. It's attacking our allies, and it's going to hurt the American people tremendously as we all pay more, as we all suffer, so that Donald Trump could try to pretend like he's some sort of tough guy. He ain't, I promise. We're going to be following developments on this and so much more, so make sure that you're following us now so you always stay up to date.
Oh my God. Hi, Debbie Salt. I'm sorry. It's on Hulu. Okay, Hulu. It's fine. It's fine. I would have found it. Watch it. Oh, it's so good. Okay, good. Let's get to the next one. Oh, not this one. Let's get to the next one.
President has just announced retaliatory tariffs against the United States in response to Trump's new tariffs. President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico put out this long statement on social media, and here's the translation, courtesy of Midas Touch. She wrote, quote, "We categorically reject the White House's slander against the Mexican government of having alliances with criminal organizations. If such an alliance exists anywhere, it is the United States armories that sell high-powered weapons to these criminal groups, as demonstrated by the United States Department of Justice itself in January of this year. Problems are not resolved by imposing tariffs, but by talking and dialoguing, as we did in recent weeks with your State Department to address the phenomenon of migration, in our case with respect for human rights." And she concluded her statement by saying, "I instruct the Secretary of Economy to implement Plan B that we have been working on, which includes tariff and non-tariff measures in defense of Mexico's interests. Nothing by force, everything by reason and right." There's more to this statement. I would encourage you to read the entire thing, but wow, the United States is isolating itself on the world stage. Mexico has retaliatory tariffs on the United States. Canada is about to announce tariffs against the United States. We're pushing away our closest allies and our largest trading partners. And there's no benefit in sight. Things are just going to get more expensive here in the United States, and it's going to make it harder for businesses to do business with these countries. Trump is hurting America. That's something we know for sure. If TikTok ever gets banned, my Instagram, my YouTube, and my Substack are linked in my bio. That's where I'm going to be.
What are y'all going to do about it, though? Right? I need to ask white folks like I'm asking synagogue people, like I'm asking Hispanic folks, what's your bigger plan? What's your bigger plan? What are y'all going to do about it? I'm just curious. I'm asking for Black friends.
Shock and awe stuff, so let's go through it together. First off, the Trump tariffs. Trump signed a memorandum asking for a 25% tax to be put on all goods coming from Canada and Mexico, and a 10% tariff put on everything coming from China. He can't just do that. He has to have a reason, and he has to have congressional approval. So what started as a very tough guy, I'm going to put a 25% tariff on everything, by late last night had dwindled down to, well, let's try a 25% tariff on some stuff, but maybe not like pharmaceuticals and maybe not oil. And then today, the day that it was supposed to go into effect, it's just kind of been floating in limbo all day. For Trump to be able to control what the tariff and taxes are without the approval of Congress, he would have to invoke this thing called the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. He would have to declare a state of national economic emergency and then be able to invoke this, and then yes, he could do more with the tariffs more directly. The last guy to do that is President Nixon. So really nothing's going to happen until one of two things happen. Either he invokes IEPA or Congress says, yeah, we're good with those tariffs. And I'm not sure that Congress members are going to approve tariffs like that when they're up for re-election every 2 years. So for right now, it's a big threat. It would be a huge economic issue. It causes a lot of problems with our allies in Mexico and Canada. Certainly would make things really expensive. We get like 47% of our fuel from Canada, and we get 60% of our produce from Mexico. But what do I know? They're doing crazy stuff. I'm just telling you about where we're at right now with it. I actually do a huge deep diver long form explainer on my YouTube about tariffs. That's like my #1 performing video right now, if you want to check it out on YouTube. This one is what I'm actually most concerned with. Late last night, Scott Bessent, who was the newly minted Secretary of the Treasury, gave Elon Musk and the Muskrats access to the Treasury Department's payment system. I don't know who these aides and associates of Elon Musk are, but I do know that Elon could not get the security clearance that he wanted to be able to do this work. So Scott Bessent is sort of letting him in the back door. We don't know what he rigged up to the computers in the Treasury Department. We don't know what he's hacked into. We have no idea what his plan is right now. All we know is that Elon Musk and the Muskrats have access to the Treasury Department's payment system. Senator Ron Wyden told the New York Times, to put it bluntly, these payment systems simply cannot fail, and any politically motivated meddling in them risks severe damage to our country and to the economy. I can think of no good reason why political operators who have demonstrated a blatant disregard for the law would need access to these sensitive mission-critical systems. So, tariff talks be damned, this is what I'm keeping my eyes on right now.
Oh, she's so cute. Her thing is under the desk. Under the desk. knew something. And she's literally giving her thing under the desk. I think that's cute. One more, guys, and that thing that Musk, the payment system, why is he not arrested?
Let's talk about it. The immediate effects of this are going to be in the Northeast region, which is New York and New England, the upper Midwest region, which would be Minnesota and North Dakota, because they're highly dependent on Canadian electricity. These regions might face higher electricity prices and potential supply shortages, especially during peak demand seasons, which are winter and summer. We're also going to have grid instability because the US and Canada have an integrated power grid through the North American Electric Reliability Corporation. A sudden cutoff could cause voltage fluctuations and even localized blackouts in areas that rely on cross-border transmission. And we're also going to have to dig more coal and have more domestic power sources. This could lead to an increase in costs because it costs more to generate our own electricity than it does to have it imported.
All right, guys. What the hell? What's the question on the tariffs? I don't actually have a perfect question. What's the question on the tariffs, guys? This is bullshit. Guys, I'm hungry. And it's too early to eat. Unless I just have an early dinner and then just go to bed early. Let me get my stove ready. And let me get my stove ready. I'm gonna heat my stove up because I got some baked potato. Yeah. All right, guys. Oh. Hi, Michelle. Question: Trump action about destroying the U.S. by making 95% of us poor. That's a good question. How bad will this backfire on the economy? Okay, I like that better. What's the end game? I don't know. I'm afraid to see the end game because I think if I see the end game, I'm going to see something that I don't want to see. So, and that has nothing to do with us. It's a weird question because that's a loaded question, I think, because could be a lot. Okay. I mean, they're good questions, though. Yes. Are you going to do a reading on these planes going down? We're going to stay focused, Sheena, on the tariffs. I'm not sure if me looking into that is healthy for me. All right. I mean, other people have conspiracy theories, but I'll definitely not do it. I do have my theories, but I don't even want to discuss it out loud. I don't know if it's worth it right now. I respect that because you get it, because you know, because you thinking what I'm thinking. You just want to validate what you thinking, but I don't know. These people are, we're living in scary times, I think. And so, yeah. You know, it would be another thing if I had a private group, right? If I had a private group, then like we did with the Royals. Were you there, Sheena, when we were discussing the Royals? That was good. But I don't know. A public forum is not always the best when we have like these people that are completely evil, you know? Sometimes you just want to mind your black business, you know? Okay, you get it. I know you get it. So thank you for that. What does Elon need access to the payment system? What's his plan? What's the end game? Versus Trump out destroying the USA by making 95% of us as poor as possible. How bad? I'm going to take Swifty. How bad will this backfire on our community? How bad will this backfire on our economy? Hi, Michelle Bell. Please, God, talk to me. Talk to me about the tariffs. Please allow me to see anything and everything that you would like for me to see. These tariffs belong to you, God. They're your beloved. Please authorize me to see and say what you would like for me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name, I pray. Let me put this up. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Lord have mercy. If you would like a reading with me, please contact me at 213-458-7408. Also, subscribe. All right, subscribe to this channel and to my other channel, the spiritual channel. Okay, what's the question? How bad will this backfire on our economy? Not only is it going to backfire on our economy, everybody can see it. Everybody can see how bad this is going to get. Money will be up in the air. We're going to go back to a familiar time. This is the 1920s, I believe, Depression. I think I saw this before. I feel like we're going to be standing online at food places to eat. So, guys, I promise there's not going to be anything in the supermarket. I also promise you that we're going to order things from the other countries, and they're going to delay sending the boats out. I feel like Trump is going to have to send planes to Mexico or Canada to pick up goods and services. And that's what the military planes are going to be used for, because they're going to, I'm not saying it's bad. It's our fault, but they're not going to rush to give us our goods and services, even when they pay for the product and pay the tariffs. The one thing that's going to be good about the famine that's coming is everyone suffers. The one thing everyone likes to do is eat. So I don't want you to think that the rich will eat and we won't eat. I know the rich has bunkers and stuff like that with, underground food and stuff like. So I hear you all, but I also want you to understand they don't want to spend the rest of their lives, with food that you have to like. There's going to be a problem, but the good part is that if we suffer, they suffer. They're not going to suffer right away, but if we suffer, they'll suffer. So if they're used to a particular type of steak, they won't get the steak, if that makes any sense. So their luxury will end if our ends. The tower is here, guys. The tower is here. But interesting that the tower is in the past. So we're actually in the tower right now. We don't see it coming, right? So it's like a hurricane, right? You never see the hurricane coming. Now we have satellite that can measure the hurricane, but technically you never really see it coming. You're in hurricane season. Something comes off the coast of Africa. You never see the impact of it, right? And sometimes it'll be like, oh, it's a one, don't worry, or it'll miss this island, that island. And you're like, whew, I don't have anything to worry about. So you don't go out and buy food because it's not going to hit your island, right? That's what they said. Then it switches up. We had one hurricane somebody told me about, Wrong Way Arnold, where it went and then came back, right? Or another hurricane that was supposed to be a 1 turned out to be a 5. It was supposed to be a 3, turned out to be a 5. Like, you never see it coming. You know it. You know the tariffs are going to bring problems. You can't see how bad it's going to be, but we have history. So I would say, which I'm going to do myself, go back and study why we had the Great Depression. What brought that on? If you could figure out why we had the Great Depression, hold on a second. Then you might be able to understand how history is repeating itself. So familiar energy. And I love this card, the way we're talking, because the ships, it has something to do with the ships. So I think what's going to be important is no wine. We're talking about rich people now, right? Caviar's imported, da 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 da. So there's going to be a major financial issue. No, there won't be no food. There won't be no food. There won't be anything. So the way I see it, just remember what I said. The Great Depression. Look at that. Look at that era. The Great Depression. There's no such thing as local buying. They too have to buy from somewhere. But if Canada and Mexico says, oh, sure, we'll ship this amount of apples and meats and that. Oh, of course. Yes. Going on a ship right now. And they let the boat sit there. Yeah. Or some things might come in spoiled. What if something happens to the refrigerator as it's trying to make it here? So the way I see it, at some point, there's going to be military operations to get food here. Yeah, but think about what you're saying. It was caused by a market crash, but how does that cause the Great Depression? And market crash is numbers, but what was the cause and effect beyond that? How did that stop food from coming in? So we gotta dig a little deeper to understand what history wasn't learned that we're going to repeat. All right. The 10 of Wands, I don't know what that means. The 3 of Cups, I actually don't know what that means against the Tower either. 3 of Cups against the Tower. The ships are coming in. That's literally what this means, but it's inside my head mentally. The ships are coming in. So I feel like they're going to be saying, oh, they're there. Oh, we sent them, expected in 14 days or something like that. The ships will never show up. Never. Although he said he's not touching the pharmaceuticals, guys, get ready. We're not getting meds either. A woman is going to have to step up to the plate. I don't know why. Judgment. And then the 9 of Cups. So the top, I don't know how we get to financial freedom. The stock market is already crashing. Right. Good point. The stock market is already crashing. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like it's one of those scenarios where did we ever find out the real truth? I understand the stock market crash. How did that stop food from coming in? Now that you brought it up, I'm going to have to do my own investigation. I know what the history books told us. I don't get it. Now that we're going to be in this, and it's a hurricane coming, but we can't see the hurricane. What caused it? We know that tariffs are going to be a bigger problem, but was there a tariff issue back then? And if America was in a Great Depression, was other countries in a Great Depression? Like, now I'm really curious. What happened? Nobody could help America at the time? Ten of Wands, which is the number, the burdens of success. Oh, carrying a heavy load, work-related, stress, buried in work, or demanding heavy responsibilities, overtaxing oneself. That's the word I was looking for. So the Tower is about overtaxing. So the tit for tat tariffs is mortifying. You made your bed, now lie in it. Oh, we are going to pay the piper. So even though we, the consumers, are going to pay the piper, I'm still back at the others, not Black people. I'm back at all the others. What are y'all going to do about this? Because we're going to be standing in line together, eating the same slop. We're going to be eating prison food. You want to know how bad it's going to be? Prisoners will, I don't know, they won't eat any better. They might not even get food now. I'm thinking about it. Oh, Lord. Try not to commit any crimes. There won't be any food for the prisons either. And you know how much they don't care about them. They don't care about them during the hurricane. They don't care about them during the fires. They don't even release these people. There's no dignity with America. So they're not going to eat at all. Lord. This is an odd card, right? But look at the card carefully. Look at the card and tell me what you see. Look at the card carefully, and based upon what I told you, tell me what you see. Okay. So tired. Oh, thank you, Miss Lenise. Good point. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So here's what I see in this card. Well, that's a good point. Yeah, all races of people been praying that his supporters get. Well, you're right. Yes, but we're all going to be in the karma of his supporters. Do you understand? Like, this is a lose-lose for us. That's why I'm asking them, what's your game plan? What's your game plan? Because this is not cool. Everyone in the same boat facing the consequences. There you go. There you go. Everyone in the same boat facing the consequences. And the judgment card is almost like, in this case, it's almost like begging, right? Like begging God to stop this when we have God in us. And our job was to not let this get out of hand. So if we have the power, why didn't we use the power? And if we have the power, why aren't we exercising new power? Let me see. Judgment. Oh, judgment. Judgment in another deck. In my witches deck. Who said karma? In my witches deck, judgment is karma. So facing the karma. Yes. Rebirth. Being judged. A change of position, guys. Oh, powerful America ain't gonna be SHIT. The phoenix rising from his ashes. But this shit has to get grinded to the ground to bring about better people. It's also a call to action. What are you going to do about it? There is a call to action. No one has a plan. No one has a plan. And I'm still telling Black folks, no, we've been poor. They don't treat us right. We know how to be poor again. No. What is the plan, people? It's an awakening. It's an awakening. It's metamorphosis. Major changes, a mandatory choice that will change life for the better. Cleansing, purification, regeneration, a new life, transformation. Don't be surprised, guys, if another country comes along and buys us. Did you know that's how Haiti won? It was a 10-year war in France. France was decimated. They were broke. They were fighting with everyone. And Haiti took that opportunity when they were broke and fighting with everyone and annihilated France and won their independence. So, ES, you had a question earlier where you said, is he trying to make 95% of us poor? The answer to that question is he's trying to give the country to Russia. America may not exist as we know it. All right, I'm done, guys. I'm done. Maybe that was the plan all along. He definitely is going to get ousted, but the way I see it is that he's going to ask for help from Russia. I don't even think they have the money, but he's going to ask for help from Russia. Then they are going to oust him, and then they will take over. Sounds crazy? Yeah, it does. It sounds crazy, y'all. I hear you. I don't think China would take over. I think it's China. I think it'll be Russia. Oh, wow. What does it mean when your left foot itches? That I'm telling the truth? Yes, it's breaking down the USA so Russia could take over. That's what I'm saying. And that might be the plan in the last 4 years. So, to be honest with you, this plan might be, is South Africa part of BRICS? Does anybody know? This might be BRICS taking over. BRICS might take over. Once they have economic control, we're done. We're screwed. Wow. And if they take over, the Europeans are fighting their own battles. And they may not be able to help. This is World War II all over again. Because at this stage of the game, if Russia does take over, or BRICS, or Russia, or BRICS, I don't know the difference anymore. The other countries are going to be like, good, I'm glad. Good for America. No one cares. Yeah, I think Putin and Trump have been talking in the last 4 years. That's what I think. I'm always shocked at what I see. And of course, 4 years from now, I'll be doing a predicted it. I don't think it's going to take that long. I think the famine is everything's going to get sped up. I think the famine's going to come really fast. I think he's going to ask for assistance from Russia. I think Russia is going to come, but when they come, they're going to come with military power, and he's going to let them in. South Africa is part of BRICS. That makes sense. That's Elon Musk as the representative for BRICS. That's why they're taking over the payment system. Wow. Shit. Yeah, it's bigger than that, Tiffany. At this stage of the game, it's bigger than stocking up on dry goods. America will not be America. It's bigger. And nobody is going to care who dies, because the way Russia's going to see it, like, American attitude has to die. So if that means people have to die, they would rather that, because they won't be able to stand a whole country full of January 6 people. So the famine has to come to weaken people and people's minds. To the point where we would say, okay, Russia, okay, yeah, do it, Donald. We'll do anything. Tell Russia to help us. I would say yes. I would say yes. Should some of us be looking to leave the US, I would say yes. And I can only speak for African Americans, but there's many African countries that are opening up space for you. I know Italy has opened up space. So Spain said hell no. Spain don't want nobody. But if you might want to consider making some healthy adjustments. Yeah. Yeah. Lenise says yes, millionaire. All right. I'm really surprised at what I saw. I don't even want to pull more cards. Look, conflict, head conflict. The emperor can't, the emperor has no clothes, right? So that's going to be obvious in a minute. The emperor has no clothes, which means I think they're going to imprison him. But there's going to be a lot of pain. A lot. I also think that, I know this sounds crazy, but I feel like the US could be cordoned off into 3 sections. I feel like it could be cordoned off into 3 sections. So I think when Russia comes, much like Ukraine, they're going to take over one part, get it under control, take over another part, take over another part. It's a nightmare. Guys, this was the plan all along. And I hate to say it, but Russia also helped with this election. And the only way that this could have been stopped was if America truly voted for Kamala, because we would have had the proof, right? But the numbers were scattered at best. Well, Russia wanted us to get mad at America. Russia wanted Black people to get mad. But the difference is, see, Putin don't live here. We already knew Jesus was Black. We already knew the Madonna was Black. And if you didn't know it, shame on you, because that's always been known in our community. So he wanted us to get angry and cause a ruckus. We don't give a fuck at this point. Yes. Yes. Remember, Sylvester, we're talking about the birth of America. We took America from the Indians. So history repeats itself. Someone will take America from us because we did not do right by the Indians. We did not do right by Black people. Happy birthday, America. This is the Pluto return. Look up Pluto return for America. Some people should have it on their, look up Pluto. Pluto return is a 246th birthday present. Pluto return for America. And I promise you, whoever did this video cannot say that we're going to be happy birthday to you. We've already had the birthday, right? We're past it. And we have 20 years of Age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius corrects humanity. That's the difference with the Age of Aquarius. They correct humanity. And that's going to be for the next 20 years. So it is what it is. Hi, Sue Jazzy Designs. Hi. Oh, you changed your name. How are you? I remember your face from a long time ago. Oh my goodness. Where we go? All right, guys. Try to find a way to get prepared. Talk to your family members. Just let them know. I'm not trying to scare y'all, but I don't know. At this point, I don't care. This is the truth. This is the psychic truth, and I can't hide it from you all. Like, I can only try and save you all. I think this is an individual thing, Tiffany. We need to think of where country to go to leave. I think it's an individual thing. I think if you, as an individual, as a family, can get out, you do you. All right? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm good. How about you? I'm good, sweetie. Thank you for coming on board. So I just think that this is, I don't know if you guys ever watched A Handmaid's Tale. Well, there was a part where you could not escape your living quarters. That's what it feels like to me. Yes, I understand. Okay, good. All right. I'm going to pick something. I don't know why. Way down here. I'm going to flash it. I'm so ready to stop this reading because, the visions. I was planning on having a good Sunday too. Just ruined it. Child magical. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. I think I get it. I think I get child magical. Remember when they invaded Ukraine and everybody was in this basement and some little girl or some opera like started singing and it gave you hope, right? Things might fall apart, but it's going to be our job to see the beauty in something falling apart. You ever have a disabled child? You have to see the beauty in the deformity. And you learn to love the soul, the beauty of the soul that comes through. We're going to have to rely on one another. If you can get out, get the fuck out. If you can't get out, We're going to have to find camaraderie in one another. This could be like Anne Rice, was that the name of the book years ago? Where you're just going to have to, maybe some of us can't get out, but some of us can stick together and talk and read books, and maybe there won't be any TV, but no one's going to break us. We're still going to make it through, type of thing. All right, everyone. I hope you get it. And I don't know. I think this might have something to do with the Super Bowl. When's the Super Bowl? I think it might have something to do with the Super Bowl. But I don't know. I might be crazy. I'm definitely crazy. Who wants a reading with me? 213-458-7408. I am working today. We're going to get through this. Now, right now, we're all okay. No big purchases, people. No cars. No homes. Your child, your 16-year-old child, nobody needs a car right now. Get cases and cases of water, at least 6 cases per person. Slowly. It's not happening right now, but slowly get some canned foods in your house. All right? All right, loves. I love you. We need community, right? Remember when we had community? Remember? I love you. I'll just be sad if the internet goes and I can't do psychic readings to entertain you all. Love you guys. Take it easy. Bye. Call me for your own personal reading, 213-458-7408. Love you. Bye.
In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracey after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracey Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracey Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracey after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracey Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracey Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so Tracey Brown lived a beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody so pure and strong. In her presence we know we belong.